So apparently having Jill near me is going to be a thing for the rest of this LP. Gonna be a theme anyways. She only missed video 1.
Search for truth. The souls of Hades will aid your quest.
Hades is a nice guy. We like him very much. He would never do anything to betray us or be a dick or anything like that. Hades is awesome. Love him. He's a good guy. And his wife is even better. Actually, his wife is not too bad looking. A little bit creepy, but not too bad looking. Yes, we are back with more God of War Ascension, and we want to upgrade these Hades. I wanted to call them Hades blades, but it's more just a Hades element. It's weird because everything else could be kind of seen as an element. This one, not so much. I wish I had more souls. I wish I hadn't upgraded the lightning stuff yet, because this is something you want to max out pretty quickly. I think I end up focusing more on this until I max it out. No, actually, we'll get there this video. But this item, this element, is going to be the one I primarily use the rest of the game. We got 3 more items to get, 2 of which will be really useful in terms of the combat. The other one, well, we need a story progression. This irritated me here. You saw that enemy with the halo over him for a while? Him or her, I suppose. Things not really gender specific. Yeah, he ended up grappling some other douchebag instead of hitting the one with the freaking halo on it, like that. Which is what I wanted to do. I mean, never mind we had a chance for an easy kill, but instead, fuck that. We gotta go grapple somebody else. Apparently I complain too much in these games. I guess that can be entertaining for some people. Well, apparently it is. I don't really want that to be my commentary, nothing but complaints. It is what I do best. Complain. Like, it really is, unfortunately. I feel like that's probably true for a lot of people, but I am quite good at bitching. At least for a guy. I'm quite good at doing that. If only I could turn that into a skill that would make me money. Jeez, maybe I need to be a film critic. Shit. Speaking of which, is Siskel and Ebert still a thing, or did they... No, I know one of them died. That's right, one of them died like 10 years ago or something like that. Douchebags. We don't actually have anything against them, but... How are you going to have a couple of old dudes sitting there talking movies like they know what's going on anymore? Most of the stuff that I like tends to be things that the critics don't like anyways. Like, my favorite genre of music would be hard rock and heavy metal, and that is not a style of music that is going to be conducive to getting a lot of critical fanfare. Take a moment to admire Jill and her pretty hair, and now we move on. Oh yeah. Right, this bit. I fast forwarded this because I was walking around trying to figure out... I'm waiting for a save icon as well. That should be coming up. There it is. I wanted to go back for the health chest that you saw briefly at the beginning of this video. Game did not let me do that. I wanted to try to move this thing. Didn't let me do that, so we need to trigger the next event. And it's annoying. Shocking, right? I just said I didn't want to bitch about things, but... I'm gonna bitch about things. I hate gimmicky grunt enemies in games. I am really sorry if I complain too much. I really am. I don't really want that to be my shtick. I really don't. I want these to be fun experiences. That's why I'm drunk for a fair portion of these LPs. Because, you know, I'm looking for happy, fun times. Yeah, not only are these guys a tank when it comes to taking damage, but they have moments where you can't hit them because they have magical force fields that surround them. I think of these guys like I do the statues one version of the statues in Legacy of Kain Defiance. I really like that game. I really do, but the number of statues you have to fight is ridiculous. If they remade that game, which, if they're going to do that, remake Blood Omen, that's the one that really needs it. Which would be seriously fucking awesome in today's graphics. Blood Omen. If you're not familiar, go ahead and look at either my LP or somebody else's. See all the different items and abilities you get, and then imagine what those would look like in today's graphics. I mean, you get abilities that I think turn people to, kind of like acid abilities that just dissolve people. You get stuff that causes enemies to implode or explode, and it's been 2 years almost since I played that game, so I can't remember all the stuff you get. But you get some pretty cool shit. I know you get a lightning ability, but I'm pretty sure more modern games have had that, so you can kind of see what that would look like. I highly doubt there are a whole lot of modern games where you can just hit people with acid or anything like that, though. I think you can suck out souls to enemies, too. Either way, you get a lot of cool abilities that would be really cool to see in modern graphics. They would have to get Simon Templeton to do the voice of Kain, though. And whoever the chick was that did the voice of Ariel, they would have to get her, too. Everybody else in that game, I wouldn't really care if they were replaced. They could get the guy from Defiance to do the voice of the guy Tony J does the voice of in that game, since Tony J ended up being the voice of the Elder God. Anyways, getting back on track talking about this game. Read that if you want, don't if you don't. I don't really care. We don't want to go into that yet. I don't think we can yet. I don't remember. Activate this. Oh yeah. We're going down. I get the feeling Kratos has never gone down on anyone in his life. Not that he didn't have the opportunity, mainly because he's too selfish to do it. Maybe his wife. Well, I think that's the only person he's probably ever met that he'd be willing to do that to. Right, this bit. I wanted to have the transition be a little bit better for this, but I did not wait for the save icon. This whole section, up until this point and a little bit after, has been a re-record because I missed something. Jump up here and grapple. Pull it! This section is glitchy as fuck and kind of a bitch. Jump there, jump. I don't know. Sometimes I'd be doing everything right and I couldn't manage to... I barely got that. This section is glitchy as fuck. I don't know what the hell the deal is with this section. I don't like it. It's really the only instance of this decaying section I don't like, and it's not because of... Yeah, grapple there and break through that. Do not run forward. Do not run forward. This is why I had to re-record up until this point, because I looked at somebody's video and I missed this shit. Look at this. Look at all of this that I missed. I was not happy, because not only did it take me a while to get past that last segment once, but it took me a while to get past... Damn it, Kratos! Thank you. It took me a while to get past it another time, too. I'm getting frustrated. Look at Jill to calm me down. Oh, yeah. Alright. That's enough of that. And... Okay, I seriously just stuck my hand in my drink. What the fuck? I'm not even that hammered. A little bit, but not that bad. Yeah, I wanted to upgrade this thing as soon as possible. I think we got one more upgrade left to go for the soul element. It's not really an element. When I realized that, I was not happy. Luckily, I hadn't done any of this. Actually, I did this part here, but I didn't do anything past this. So I wasn't missing out too much. I just hate that stupid gate came back down, so I couldn't run back over and grab the chest. Like I lightly grabbed Jill's chest. Oh! Oh, no! Stop! I'm really not that bad. It's just... I'm only funny when I'm doing sexual humor. I'm sorry. It's all I got. So before you do anything else in here, come over here. Grab this red orb chest. If you need the health, it's there. I think it's just a health chest. I wasn't sure if it was a mixed chest, but I think it's just a health chest. Come back over this way. I tried to kill more of those harpies. As soon as you're ready, activate that. It took me a few tries to get past this, but I still don't mind this part. Like, I don't look upon this part with any sort of hatred or malice. It's not too bad. I like that aspect of this game, and this is that might be the last time we actually... No, there's one more time. This is the last video where we're going to actually use that mist. And we are back here. Come full circle. We were here last week, briefly. Really remember what the hell we did in here before, but that's okay. We're going to do a little more now. I think these things are supposed to be like those wraiths. And those are enemies I really hate, except by the time God of War 3 hit, they got a little easier to deal with. I wish I had known if they had been that easy to deal with in Ghost of Sparta, because that would have saved me a lot of effort if they were as easy as they are in 3. But they may not have been, because they fucked me up in Ghost of Sparta. That was not a good thing. Right, so I did finally go back and look at the previous videos for this. And yeah, we got 4 Gorgon's eyes in the first video. And apparently when I was doing video 2, I was so obsessed with Jill and drinking that I didn't notice that I'd actually got the upgraded Gorgon eye as the first thing or item I picked up in that video. So I was kind of going around perplexed as to why I was already starting on a new upgrade thing when I should have been paying attention to my own video. So yeah, we're good. We haven't missed anything. When we flash forward in the timeline, which of course, like I've said, this is going to be in chronological order, there is at least one Phoenix Feather I'm going to get in that timeline, so that'll look a little odd. So know that. I don't know when the hell that's coming. I think next video we'll finish our first trek through the earliest section of this game. I think that'll be a thing. Not really sure how long that's going to take. Hopefully not too long. I'll feel a lot better once we kind of get to where everything is caught up. But that's not happening until we get to the end of the game. Activate that switch. That brings out some more mist. I know I've said this before, but I really wish this was just an ability that Kratos had. But we get a couple of them, and I guess they figured there would be no other button to control this. But I think this would be a really cool ability to use. I guess they didn't want you using it any random spot either. It's just puzzle specific, but I do really like it. The abilities you get in this game are really cool. I should hopefully be done with the bitching about this game. I've kind of got everything out that I really need to complain about with this game. Except the one thing, which I'll wait till the end credits to do. Okay, so now we gotta grapple and do some platforming. Not too bad. But I said back in video 1... I say back, I think I recorded that either yesterday or the day before. Not like it's been that long. Still got a Dino Crisis video to do today. Yeah, I have not forgotten that game. Whee. I promise. Although that game is going to be complicated as shit if I do it properly. There's like a mixing system, which is really interesting. I'll save my commentary for that until that game. I plan on doing that video after I get done with this. Yeah, okay, there are enemies here. I was gonna say, I was either trying to... I know there's a thing we gotta read. I get irritated. I know I bitched about trying to activate things and him trying to grab an air. But I prefer that. Here's another new Game Plus item. Over him swinging his blades at nothing. At least it was a little less time consuming. Look at that! I found another thing to bitch about. Yes! Doing good. Doing my thing. It's what I do. Okay. And because everything in this game is connected and there is backtracking, although it's generally pretty well done backtracking in this game, there are a couple things we're going to have to do. There's the reading that I wanted to do earlier. Again, pause it if you want to read it. I'm sure you know that by now. Yep, we're back here. So if you wanted to wait for that red chest, you could. But if you're close to an upgrade, then you might as well get it. Yeah, there be monsters here. We gotta kill them. This is a random thought, but I had a conversation through comments with Chimera 45 about an idea of Kratos in modern times. And our thought was kind of something along the lines of something in between God of Wars 1 and 2, where maybe Kronos, for some reason, sent him forward in time, or some other time guardian or something like that. Just to see Kratos in modern times would be really interesting. I mean, you could still have the grapple points using, like, say, telephone lines and stuff. Well, are telephone lines or power lines still a thing? I feel like they are, but I feel like I haven't seen one in forever. I'm old. What do you want? Yeah, we need to move this over here. I think it could be really cool. I think if done well, it could be interesting. I'm not really a big fan of time travel stories, but as long as it didn't really connect with the rest of the series, it was just sort of its own side story, I think it could be pretty cool. Climb up the ladder. At least now the ladder's completed. I think it could be really interesting. I like the idea of seeing Dante and Kratos interact. And I'm still going by the theory that Dante is Kratos' son, and that Nite from the DMC remake, reboot, whatever the hell you want to call it, reboot, it's not a remake. I'm looking here to see if I have enough orbs to upgrade anything, and I don't. I still go by the theory that he's Dante's son, and Dante is Kratos' son. I mean, his son, or his father is named Sparta, and Kratos is Ghost of Sparta. I don't know, like, I just had the idea today of Kratos and Dante meeting, and I could see that be quite hilarious, actually. Dante being the guy that kind of doesn't really give a fuck, takes kind of a carefree attitude towards things, and Kratos being easily pissed off. I actually like this puzzle. I think that's really cool how you set that up. You can just ride this thing up to the top instead of having to climb the ladder. I think I actually intended to hit that mist there. But it does serve me a benefit, because now we can just run over here and run this. Which we did need to do anyways. I just wanted to get this thing in place first, but it doesn't really matter. If it did, it's not like y'all would notice, because I've said before, I've already finished the game. Okay, so this is going to be the bit that for me was slightly annoying. For most of y'all, this shouldn't really be annoying at all. However, the game does give you a save, so that's kind of nice of them. I started to talk in a previous video about the save state thing in this game. They use the autosaves. I'm normally not a fan of autosaves, but that is one thing I will say. They do a really good job in this game with the autosaves. I would like to pick up some items before activating the autosave at times. there was a section we were on the second, I believe, of the snakes in video 2 where I would like to have gone and grabbed the, I believe it was a phoenix feather or a gorgon's eye, I can't remember which, and a couple red orb chests. I would like to have been able to grab those before getting the saving icon. So that got kind of annoying. But in general, the saving is done really well. My experience with autosaves prior to this game, prior to Uncharted, God of War 3 uses them too, although they give you a manual save as well. I guess a little disconcerting because I like knowing where I saved. But for the most part, they are done really well in this game. My prior experience whenever I think of autosave, I think of fucking Resident Evil 6, which is completely unfair with their autosaves. Like, it is not cool. Like, you'll walk 2 feet and get a save icon after just getting a save or just starting a chapter, and then you'll go 30 minutes without a frickin' save. But you'll get plenty of checkpoints. I think that's what they did with this game, is they just turned the checkpoints into save points. Which is something I always wondered about checkpoints. Why the fuck wouldn't you just make it a save point if you had an autosave system anyways? See, I'm bitching again! Damn it! I can't be doing that! I guess it really doesn't matter, but still. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Your offerings for Aletheia. We will decide if they're worthy at our will.
I offer nothing.
You presume to seek audience with the Oracle, and yet you bring no offerings? Bold. Stupid, but bold. Although, you must have good reason to seek the Oracle, carrying such a mark. Return when you have brought appropriate sacrifice.
I have come to see the Oracle, and that is what I intend to do.
I would have liked to hear your story, warrior. It is a shame you fail to see reason. Remove him. We have to find a better slave trader.
Impudence. You will not see her.
Thankfully we get a save, but get to running. With my vision, this took a lot of memorization. I mean, I literally had to remember where every fucking little crack or obstacle was. Fuck you, we're gonna live. We got 5 more games to deal with. Oh. Jump!
I know he gains. Leave me. I will take care of him. Arrogant fool.
Jump and grapple here! Jump and grapple! Slide! And hit X.
Will not be defeated.
Hit X. And do the quick time event. X. And square.
You may be a great warrior, but you have no place in our temple. You will never see the Oracle.
My, quite persistent, isn't he?
His persistence only means his death.
And we got a boss battle, so there's a rock or something we gotta fling at him here.
Why was he allowed entry to my temple?
Damn it, I don't want to enter your temple. Athena's temple, maybe. But not your temple. Well, Athena is Kratos'. Well, it is ancient Greece. That's probably acceptable. Eos, I would definitely be okay with entering her temple. Oh, yeah. I almost said Pandora. That would have been really wrong. No. Fuck, what is her name? Aphrodite. Yeah, her temple or her little playmates that she had with her or will have with her in the timeline. Them? Oh, yeah. Enter their temples all you want. Do not want to enter your temple, though. I would say fuck that, but that's what I'm exactly saying we don't want to do. Yeah, get the fuck out as soon as this starts happening. This is kind of an interesting boss fight. They give you enough save points during it that it's kind of okay. There's only really one segment that annoys the fuck out of me, and it's a quick time event, so of course that's going to annoy me. The rest of it is, for the most part, done pretty well. Interesting anyways. I really wish there was not the cutscene, or not cutscene, quick time event for the magic in this game. Guess I'm not done bitching. I don't know your name, you're not important enough to know your name, but fuck you either way. Yeah, look out for that slowdown ability that he gets. Bit of a spoiler alert, and it's probably obvious, but once we kill this guy, we're going to get that ability, which is going to be awesome. And eventually I'll learn how to actually use it properly. Probably my favorite ability we get in the game. Come on, motherfucker. You ain't got shit on me.
I will not allow you to continue.
Dude, you don't understand what Kratos does. Well, for one, he kills people, but he kills gods and godlike beings. I don't think we really do that in this game. Except maybe for the Furies. I don't know if they're godlike beings. You kind of heard about them briefly in the opening cutscene. If you forgot about them, I don't blame you. Not really a whole lot of story to this game. Look, I'm bitching again. Damn it. Yeah, we gotta break these pillars. The rubble from them you can actually fling at this dude. Just be careful because he does like to knock out the floor from under you. Which is kind of annoying. But it does give it its own gimmick. I don't mind gimmicky boss fights. I just hate gimmicky grunt enemies, which I was kind of talking about earlier. Before I got distracted with the Blood Omen remake thoughts. I get distracted easy. What do you want? I'm also a bit drunk right now. Which leads to more distractions. Dude, you don't understand. Your time is up. As soon as this happens, get over this way. Come on. Come on. I was going to do a full death montage of this LP.
Stop toying with this fool. Kill him, Caster.
We need to take this guy out.
You now have to deal with me.
Yep. Now we're dealing with this part of the fight. The little guy. The last thing he says is kind of ironic considering what we're doing right now. He's completely not telling the truth, and Kratos knows it. Maybe a slight. I'm not saying what he said. And you'll see it here in like 2 minutes. Dude, you ain't got nothing. We're gonna take on the gods themselves. What you got? Nothing. Dude, no one likes you. And if they hadn't made this prequel game, you never would have even been a thing. That's how unimportant you are. That is how little anyone cares about you. I guess if I were to complain about this boss fight at all, it would be not necessarily how difficult it is, but how insignificant of a character we're fighting considering how difficult the fight is. I would much rather have been another god or somebody actually interesting. Because frankly, there are gods that go down a lot easier than this douchebag did. Or does. Gotta keep with the timeline here. I wish I could succeed at those. Damn it. And they just feel so empty without succeeding at the quick time event there. I hate that aspect of this game. That the magic is tied to the quick time event. Damn it, I'm bitching again. Oh well. Let's play Dino Crisis after this, where my bitching will at least be different. At least that game I can cheat in infinite health if I have to. I got a Game Shark. That may or may not be a thing for that LP. You'll just have to tune in to find out. Give it up. We've already established your uselessness to the franchise. No one likes you.
But Caster is unstoppable. You have sealed the Oracle's fate. You will never know the truth.
How many gods have you taken out? And you're proving what an asshole you are. I mean, Kratos has killed or will kill plenty of innocent people, but it's more of them dying as the result of something else that he does. He's not generally going around just killing innocent people. You can. I don't typically choose to do that because it's not really how I am. But you can.
But an innocent.
Yeah, nobody believes you're innocent, dude. Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. And this is where we get that ability I was talking about before. However, we don't quite discover that aspect of it yet. I guess I kind of spoiled things in telling you that that's a thing. However, there's another ability that it has which is really cool. This kind of goes back to what I was talking about the Silent Hill Homecoming weapons having puzzle options as well. This ability both has a combat use and a puzzle use. I tried editing this the best I could. It took me a while to get used to this aspect. Yeah, look at that. Still getting used to it here. This particular section of the video, Movie Maker kept fucking up, so I had to edit it in my Elgato program and then just upload it into Movie Maker because it just would not work right. It kept fucking up, and that was getting on my nerves. So I probably would have edited it a little better otherwise. Yeah, we can decay and heal things now for puzzle purposes, which is really cool. I think there's a thing you can read over in here somewhere, but that may have been cut. Yeah, look at that shit. It's another really cool ability we get in this game. I mean, there are a lot of really cool ideas in this game, things that were used very well. I've already complained about the things that I don't like about this game, so I don't really need to do that again. But I am not opposed to giving credit for where credit is due. And I mentioned a couple videos back, I think video 1, decayed chests. Yep. With this, we can now revive them. That is really cool. And let's get a touching cutscene.
Alethea.
The relic you carry has no effect on me.
Then I fear you are beyond aid.
Do not worry. The situation before me is clear. I have waited for this day. Your thoughts are clouded and your mind conflicted, warrior. I can feel it. You seek the truth?
Yes.
So be it. But remember, the truth always comes with a price.
Enemies. Innocent. Kin. Your bond is complete. What's done is done. It cannot be undone.
The Furies infect your mind because you run from your oath to Ares. They will stop at nothing should you resist.
So the Shade speaks the truth.
The intentions of Orcos are pure.
Orcos? But he is a Fury.
And he will play his part in time. My time grows short. To be free of the madness that infects you, you must defeat those who hold your bond with the God of War.
How can I defeat the Furies when all I see is illusion?
Across the sea, the lantern of Delos keeps the eyes of truth.
Delos?
Find the eyes, and they will show you the path to freedom.
And with that, this Oracle dies. I much prefer her over the one we get in God of War 1. Kratos actually seems pretty sympathetic towards her.